Are ICOs a thing of the past? Maturity of the ecosystem plays a role. Arrival of IEOs, the venture capital funding against decentralized philosophy. Is IDO the next EO? Embrace the evolution. Racing is the key to any business to take off. Crowdsourcing trends have taken off globally across all sectors, especially in the decentralized world of cryptos, though the way to crowdsource changes as technology progresses and as society progresses. Are ICOs a thing of the past? Back in 2017, ICOs were one of the most popular topics in the cryptosphere. That year alone saw 875 projects raise over $6 billion in funds through ICOs. Even when looking at Google search trends for the popularity of ICOs, it can be seen that it had peaked at the same time Bitcoin's prices had hit an all-time high, IDOs, December 2017, January 2018. The decline in interest in ICOs began in 2018. Even though the year saw 1,253 ICOs raise around $8 billion, the vast majority of the funding came in the first half of the year. Getting into 2019, only 84 projects have managed to raise a total of under $350 million in the first 3 quarters of the year. However, the narrative that ICOs have become obscure is still overstated. Indeed, $350 million is still a lot of capital in an ecosystem that is in a nascent stage. There have been major ICOs even in 2019. Blockchain firm Algorand raised over $60 million in a token sale this June, while Tron Game Global raised about $80 million in its ICO. Maturity of the ecosystem plays a role. It cannot be overstated how important the collapse of Bitcoin prices from its all-time high was for the industry. ICOs in 2017 and even in 2018 were controlled by greed and speculation to a great extent. Most people were looking at the industry as a get-rich-quick scheme, while companies realized that they had the ability to generate hundreds of thousands in funding by just plagiarizing white papers and promising unrealistic returns to their investors. As one study showed, over 80% of ICOs conducted in 2018 were scams. Now, there are regulations in place and people have been prosecuted for running scams. Not only did this play a role in warning the public about facing the consequences of their actions, but also spread awareness about the possibilities for misconduct in the industry. STOs were supposed to become the next progression of ICOs, but now, most realize the unrealistic requirements to participate in one. Investors must be considered accredited by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to participate in STOs. So, even though STOs are backed by real assets, the high barrier of entry prevented it from being a viable option for fundraising. In fact, raising capital through an STO is so difficult because of the SEC that it is nearly identical to a traditional initial public offering (IPO). However, STOs are more cost-effective than IPOs. Arrival of year of 2017 was the year for ICOs, 2019 is the one for IEOs. Triggered by the Binance crypto exchange launching an offering for BitTorrent in January, there have been a plethora of projects going to exchanges that offer the same service. An IEO is orchestrated by a crypto exchange on behalf of a startup that is seeking to raise funds. In return for their services, the startups have to pay listing fees and a percentage of the tokens sold in the IEO. The relationship between the exchange and the startup thus becomes symbiotic, as the exchanges are incentivized to help startups with marketing and promotions. Ronald Chan, the director of partnership at the exchange Probit, summed up the rise of IEOs to Cointelegraph in an email conversation. He said, first, retail users started to become wary of the many ICOs popping up. Users were looking to established brands in the cryptocurrency industry to vet through the projects before they would participate in token sales. Second, there was a proliferation of crypto exchanges, and some exchanges found it profitable to fill this demand of vetting through the projects before token sales. In many ways, users are basically outsourcing due diligence to the exchanges, which can better guarantee security and the technology infrastructure than firms can do themselves. The exchange vets the project to ensure it is trustworthy. Another advantage is that the token is listed for trading almost immediately on the exchange. Related, how do crypto exchanges select coins? What does it take to get listed? Many believe that IEOs provide a fairer playground to newcomers, both for new investors and startups looking for funds. Nishal Shetty, the CEO of Wazirks. You can read full post on CryptoFans News, link available in text below.